We're understanding the description?
Well, I say that as a joke, because it's suck it grammar Nazism.
Oh, shit.
So I don't think a lot of people are gonna get it, but I don't fucking care. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. Fuck me. But I don't know. I people hate me because I lean on the fence, but then again, I'm the kind of person that's like, I don't know whether or not fucking religion is true or not, and I don't care. Is it true? Maybe. Is it not? Who knows? Who really gives a fuck? You know? These are non-important questions. Because if these people just want to believe in something for the sake that they need something to believe in, then why the fuck do we care? Like, seriously, fucking Lauren down the street believes in God. Why the fuck should I give a shit if she doesn't have a feasible explanation for it? In the grand scheme of things, it does not fucking matter.
I mean, see, there's a difference, like, in your beliefs and mine. You believe there's have to be, like, fucking literal physical evidence, which, that's fine, but for me,
I'm never.
I believe in the stories of what happened.
Well, yeah. I cannot deny or confirm that they are true. Therefore, I do not deny or confirm them. I will confirm and deny what I can if I have the facts.
Right.
That's the thing. Is God real? Well, I can't prove it, but I can't disprove it either. So therefore, I don't fucking care.
And then there's those times when you said that you actually saw your dead parents. I was like, holy shit,
Yeah,
dude.
that's more just my spiritualism and honestly probably trauma, but I don't
No,
know.
dude, I mean, like, honestly, that is probably, like, actual spiritual shit. Like,
And that's the
there,
thing is that, you know, that may be reality to me even if it isn't to others.
I
Cuz
believe it. I believe
yeah.
you saw your dead parents at one point or another.
Yeah, that's kind of how I see it is like whether or not other people believe it doesn't matter to me because they're my beliefs. If you believe them, you believe them. If you don't, you don't. It's not going to affect me either way.
Like, one thing I always wanted to ask, though, like, did they ever said anything? Did they, like, no?
Yeah. For me when I was younger, young Nick didn't understand this, but later in life, it was just for me part of it is a coping mechanism cuz you got to think about it realistically. My mom died when I was 9, and when my dad died, I put myself through a fuck ton of trauma, not willingly, mind you. So, and that's kind of where everybody is just like, fuck. But I put myself through that shit, and it wasn't because I felt that I had to. It's just a lot of shit's going on. I wasn't exactly making intelligent, or what the fuck is it? Oh yeah, I wasn't making very rational decisions. But then again, my fucking dad's dying, so who's going to make a rational decision in that situation?
Yeah, I can kind of see where you're coming from there, man. Shit.
Because yeah, because that's a lot of things that people understand. People are still coming to grips with is that yeah, it sucked. Yeah, I put myself in a situation I shouldn't have been in the first place. Yeah, I actually made yeah, I made it worse on myself. But you gotta understand is that when everything started, I had been woken up and then immediately told, you need to call an ambulance. Something's wrong with your dad. So
Jesus.
I didn't have time to sit down and be like, all right, how am I going to deal with this? I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? I need to figure out something now. And then I was just kind of bouncing around with shit and doing quite literally everything that I fucking thought I could do, and that's where I was at the time, and that's why everyone was worried about me, and they're just like, we don't have any power. And they're like, what the fuck do you mean? And they're like, well, it's his dad, and his mom died 10 years ago, and, you know, he has 15 other fucking things that has on his mind. And then my family found out that I had been up for nearly fucking a week straight due to stress, anxiety, and a metric fuck ton of caffeine. Some of my family knew it was nicotine too, but wasn't exactly the time to out that Nick had a vaping problem.
Dude, you smoke vape like it's your fucking last breath you're gonna fucking take.
Oh fuck no. At the time I was vaping copious, and I was vaping a fuck ton, but I was under extreme amounts of stress, and even then it was just like, even then I was following rules.
Same with me when it comes to cigarettes. Every time I got stressed, I'm gonna smoke a cigarette. Oh, I'm fucking sad, I'm gonna smoke a cigarette. I'm pissed off, I'm gonna smoke a cigarette. I wake up, smoke a cigarette. Eat, smoke a cigarette.
Well, yeah, and at the time it was
Or go to bed,
subconscious.
cigarette.
And for me it was subconscious, and then I'm just like, oh fuck, I'm vaping too much. And then I just detoxed. And that's the one thing that worried my brother. He's like, this is unnatural. And I'm like, what do you mean? And I'm like, I've never seen somebody just, like, you went through, what, 3 tanks today? And now you're just cutting cold turkey and you're fine? And I'm like, yeah. Is this unnatural?
Jesus. Dude, you
And
must
he's
have a fucking strong fucking willpower. Nicotine is fucking addicting as fuck, and you manage to resist the urge
well, yeah.
after doing 3. My God, dude, do you know how many fucking packs of cigarettes that basically is? That's like probably like fucking 15 cartons or more. That's like over 100 cigarettes or more per fucking cart.
Yeah. To be fair though, it was one of those things where my brother's like, how in the fuck, explain this to me. How in the fuck does this work? And I'm like, I just don't have batteries for my vape. I just took them out and put them somewhere. I don't know what else you want me to fucking say, man. And he's like, you just like took them out of the mod, and I'm like, yeah. That I just literally took them out. I don't know where they are. I don't really care.
Purposely hid them so you like wouldn't find them.
No, I just put them in my drawer with my vape. I just put them under a sock. And then when I was just like, I'm gonna go hang out with Sam. Where's my vape? And I'm like, oh yeah, the vape's batteries are dead. Where'd I put the batteries? Oh yeah, underneath this sock. All right. That because I was just too lazy.
Dude, that's one thing I always noticed. Like when you and Sam start hanging out, and I'm like with you, that's all I hear. It's like, holy shit, guys, fuck.
Well, yeah. For Sam, it's different because, you know, it's fucking smoking problem. But for me, it's just, you know, it's a thing. I realize, you know, I'm self-aware.
You smoke like a fucking chimney, though.
Yeah. For Sam, it's one thing because his is 6-nic. For me, it's different because mine fluctuates. Which is why, like, I went from that 4.5. I didn't want to hit it. And then, you know, I'd subconsciously hit it, and I'm like, oh, wait, small hit, and I'm like, there we go. I really want to get rid of this fucking juice. And then I just use the 0-nic. Because, like, I'm self-aware enough to realize, I'm like, okay, this is not good. Like vaping is one thing, but, like, I almost passed out in a fucking chair from one hit. Something needs to change.
Like, just take a nice big drag.
Well, yeah, no, like, with...
Oh, shit,
Well, yeah, no, and I didn't even take a big one, I was just... And then it fucking hit me like I just took a fucking toke off a 12-nic vape. And I'm like,
Yeah,
whoa, this is not okay. Something is wrong.
it almost sounds like you're just taking like one small drag on a fucking cigarette. And you're telling me that's all it took is just like that much.
That and because I can't do
Like
cigarettes.
faded. Well, to be
I,
fair,
I, I, I can't.
I started with cigarettes before I tried out vape, so
That's the thing is that I didn't even smoke before vaping. I'm just like, this is something I kind of want to do. And then I'm like, I'm using this in a therapeutic manner. And even now, it's just like, I can go a while without vaping.
oh dude, like I'll be honest, like I think it's a lot worse with cigarettes though because like I don't know how to explain it, but I think the urge for cigarettes is actually stronger than with vape. Because I
Well,
notice every
yeah,
time, like, hey, I'm like, hey,
because,
Nick, can I smoke like a drag out of your vape? Like, yeah, whatever.
well, yeah,
Because like
with,
I don't really have an urge. When I smoke cigarettes, like, fuck, I want another one. Oh, fuck, I want another one again. Shit.
it's two completely different chemicals.
Yeah, and
Because my juice,
there's
well,
vape, there's the nicotine juice, whatever, and then you got cigarettes that has nicotine and like over 5,000 fucking chemicals with it. That's probably also
well, yeah,
addicting.
no, there are 4 ingredients in vape juice. There are a multitude of different ingredients in cigarettes, and they're both completely different.
One's addicting as the other, and people always say, "Oh, no, vaping's more addicting." Like, fuck no.
That and because they're just different brands, there's Nick
Smoke
salts
a
and shit like
cigarette. That
that.
shit is more addicting than vape.
Oh yeah,
I
no,
always say.
cigarettes are more addicting than vaping. And anybody who disagrees with that is either A, never done both, or B, uneducated,
Dude,
or C,
whenever
fucking
my fucking
stupid.
relapse on fucking smoking cigarettes that did during between like what was it, June and all the way to like what? It was only this July. I don't remember exactly, but you saw me. I was going cigarette after cigarette after cigarette. It's like, oh my god, what the fuck is happening to me? And I swear, sometimes when Sam would be like, "Are you smoking in my car?" Sometimes I felt like because I was smoking so much, I think I was at one point pissing him off. I won't lie. Like I felt like it.
Yeah, Sam's blunt, and that's a good thing in my eyes.
I keep like I think the way how he sees is like, okay, yeah, it's okay if you smoke like a cigarette every now and then, but don't like just chain smoke in my car. He's like, chill out. It's
Well,
probably
that's the
what
thing is that,
you know.
that's the thing is just like, it's one thing with Sam. It's just like, oh, you smoke cigarettes, you smoke cigarettes. But I think it was just like the complete change in attitude or some shit. Or no, I remember what. It's because he went from completely cutting from cigarettes to going back, and it's kind of just like, well, now you're just fucking lying to everybody. Like you gave this commitment. Where the fuck is it now? And I think that's why.
Oh yeah, I did tell you guys I actually quit cigarettes for like a while, for like about like a year or two
Yeah, and
or so.
that's yeah, and I think that's what got under his skin, which is fair. He wants people to be honest, not only with others but with themselves.
I mean, he could have just told me straight up, like, dude, I thought you fucking quit. Like, I could give him an explanation. But no, instead he's like, why the fuck are you smoking my car again?
Well, I think with that he was with the car thing. I think he was fucking with you.
Every time though.
Well, he just does that. It's like even with me, like I take a drag. He's like, "Did I say you can vape in my car?" And I'm like, "Bitch, fucking do it when you see my vape in my hand. Not when I'm taking a fucking toke, you asshole. I know you're fucking with me, but still."
I also noticed, like, every time when I would smoke a cigarette, like, hear passport of me, I'm like, Jesus. I
That
feel like
and
I feel like I was killing him at that point. Like, oh, you're smoking a cigarette? Give me one too. It's like, Jesus, dude.
Well, that was one reason I didn't like being around fucking Wyatt in the beginning is because the motherfucker is just like, more cig, more cig, more cig. And I'm like, bro, I've told you like 8 times I don't fucking smoke cigarettes. Like,
Oh,
seriously, dude, like, get the fucking message. Like, this isn't even peer pressure, it's just you being fucking stupid and not remembering.
you said that? I don't
No,
remember
because
saying that
every
shit.
time it happened, he'd be like, oh shit, right, my bad. I'm like, yeah, clearly, I've said it to you like 5 fucking times. Like, I'm not being an asshole here, but like, I just don't smoke cigarettes. I choose not to. If I don't have nicotine and I want nicotine, guess what? Find something for my vape or fucking suffer. It's simple as that. That's one reason that
I have
that's one
this.
reason, yeah. It's one reason me and Sam get pissed off at him so much. It's like, dude, hold yourself to your own fucking commitments. And if not, at least own up to it. Be like, I couldn't. Just simple as that. I couldn't. And that's one thing that he couldn't do, is he couldn't give me a straight answer sometimes. I'm like, dude, just fucking tell me. Like with the whole Jaden fiasco like half a year ago, it's like, dude, just fucking say it. Like, come clean. Tell her. Like, think of this shit beforehand before you fuck up and cause so many issues.
Shit.
Like, seriously, like, Sean, if somebody, a girl that you were like trying to date or something, like in his situation, this motherfucker was on acid and she wanted to have a serious conversation with him, what would you have done in that situation?
Oh fuck. Um. Well, there was one thing I noticed like over the years of like dating chicks and stuff. Honesty is key. I'll flat out tell her like, hey, I'm high on acid, so I apologize if I can't keep a normal conversation. You know, just be like a gentleman and be like straight up about it. You know?
But yeah, and you want to know what he did?
What?
He just fucking tried his best. And I'm like, dude, what you should have done is told her, hey, I'm on acid right now. Can we have this conversation later when I'm sober? And I'm like, dude, and I'm like, where did you fuck this up? And he's like, I didn't think about that. And I'm like, no shit. Clearly.
I don't
Why?
know if you heard that thudding noise or not, and I'm like, but that was just me itching my fucking eye. It's starting to get a little dry.
Yeah, no, and that's why I straight up told him, I'm like, why the fuck didn't you think of that? I've been high as a kite, and like there was one time when I was hanging out at the smokehouse and Kaylin was having a serious conversation with me, and I straight told her, babe, I am baked off my face. I don't know if I can have an honest to God conversation with you. I will try my fucking best, but just realize that I am really fucking high. Because that's kind of need to know information when I'm having a serious or genuine or important conversation.
I mean, when I'm drunk, yeah, I'm probably not. There's a good chance I might not remember the conversation, depending how much I drink. Or if I'm high, funny enough, I'm more likely gonna fucking remember than I am if I am drunk, which is kind of fucking weird, but whatever.
Well, I mean, that's one of the things that I pretend is that I don't remember shit when I'm high. I do. I remember them. That's more comfortable with other people because they're just like, they don't want to be like, ah, fuck, and or like they remind me and stuff, and it's one of those things where people think it's a super bad thing, and I'm like, oh no, I just don't fully remember. Like, if you want to remind me, go right the fuck ahead.
I mean, it's like you're not even particularly lying. It's just kind of like.
Well, yeah, or even so, it's just like it's gonna fucking slip my mind. Like, don't worry about it. Like some people have said some shit that they've regretted. One of my buddies, he admitted to me that he cheated on one of his ex-girlfriends and he felt really bad about it.
Ooh.
And he's just like, dude, I don't want you to get mad at me or just like, you know, things like that. And I'm like, dude, I'm high as a kite. I'm probably not even gonna fucking remember it.
Me, on the other hand, it's like I would just be like, dude, I'm not your girlfriend. Why would I have to get mad? It's like, yeah.
Well, still,
What's up?
it's like it's one of those homeboy things. It's just like, hey, I'm your homeboy. I expect that. And even so, like, I still remember that. But he felt better because he'd gotten off his chest. And he's just like, hey, man, do you remember the one time I admitted to you about that whole thing with Bob? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, I thought you didn't remember things when you're high. And I'm like, no, I do. But you felt confident telling me because you didn't want it to come back and bite you in the ass. It's like, yeah, that's true. And I'm like, yeah, it's fine, dude. I'm not gonna tear you apart because of that. Why the fuck would I? People fuck up, they make mistakes, it happens. Sometimes, hey, you fucked up with a relationship. It's a relationship. Did
Right.
anybody
Something
get
out of the
did
fucking
anybody
world.
get like physically or mentally fucked up in the end?
No.
No. Did it, shit hit the fan, but everybody came out okay and things like that? Yeah. What's the fucking problem? Because that's just kind of where I lean.
Eh. I mean, for me, it's just like,
I mean, that's also
if
why
a
I'm.
chick gets
Yeah.
interested in me, then yeah, yeah, cool. Like, I'll go for it. But like nowadays, like I told you in the past, man, I'm done trying to look for love. I'm just gonna let it just find me instead.
Yeah. And even
I'm
so,
not that.
there had just
Because
been some.
chase,
Yeah.
trying to look for love is just bullshit. Like, come to you, I haven't tried that. Well, actually, I have a few times.
Well,
Thought it
still,
would work, didn't work, but maybe third or fourth time is a charm.
you just. Hey, you give it your best shot, and it's not the end of the world. It's not like you're gonna have one relationship and then, oh, that didn't work. Well, never having one again. I'll never. That's bullshit.
Like, no, I'm not saying I'll never have a relationship again. I'm just saying
Yeah, no,
I don't
take it.
want. I don't want to do the chasing. They're gonna have to chase after me. Fuck that.
Well, yeah, no, it's
Like,
just like, hey, I put in my effort. I want other people to put in effort. There ain't nothing wrong with that.
I'm fucking. My days of just like doing that kind of shit. No.
Well, still, and that's where Booty Hole Man is that in a way, but because like Wyatt doesn't know what the fuck he's doing with himself, and that's what pisses me off so much. It's like, dude, take control. Quit sitting around and bitching and moaning and acting like a fucking child about everything. And the one time he actually genuinely came at me, and I'm like, dude, I've been going through shit that you couldn't handle since I was fucking 10. Like, seriously, you need to take charge. Quit
Like
sitting there.
you've been dating since 10. Wow.
Dude, I've been going through shit that he wouldn't be able to handle since I was
Oh, the
10.
stuff in general. Okay.
Well, yeah, it's like, seriously, I'm not perfect. I've done, it took me nearly fucking losing an apartment to get a job. Not something I'm proud of, but it's true.
Jesus.
I didn't get my shit together, and it almost fucking cost me. And then, I bit the bullet. I admitted it. I got shit figured out. Now I'm working, and now things are better. Was it something fun to admit? Fuck no. But just
Fuck, I
just
couldn't even
because I was
imagine.
embarrassed, yeah, just because I was embarrassed about it and shit doesn't mean that I have to hide it.
Right.
I know what
Fuck,
I'm
dude.
doing. I
So you
needed.
already know how it is to be like sometimes behind on bills. It's a fucking nightmare, dude.
Well, yeah, no, shit ain't easy, but still, like, that's the thing with White is that motherfucker, he has no motivation. It's like, dude, do what I'm doing. Like, I've put myself in situations where I can't just sit by and not do anything. You know, I put myself in those. What's what I'm looking for? Not fallout. What is it? Response. I think you know what I mean. Like, I got an apartment. Things need to be done. I'm putting myself in a situation where I can't just not do shit.
Dude,
And
that
that
explains
and
why like you just went like dark for a while. Like I haven't heard from you for like weeks. So I was like,
well,
after a
yeah,
while, I was like, fuck,
I
did
gotta
something
get my
happen
shit
to you?
together. I
No,
gotta get my
I
shit together.
legit like there was a lot of shit just going on in my mind. Like, fuck, I hope Nick's alright. Hope shit's going well with his apartment, but I didn't know you were behind on shit and you're like fucking struggling and fucking trying to
Well,
find a
yeah, cause
job.
like, well, yeah, no, cause at the time I was like, this is what I gotta focus on. Even so, a lot of shit goes on in my life, but I still do what I can, and that's the one thing that some people gripe at me at, and they're just like, dude, why the fuck do you keep like take a break and do this? Like, you're not inclined
Dude,
to do everything. Like, When people want to hang out and I got shit to do, I work with it.
The
And
way
everyone's
I
like,
look at it, dude, you're like the only friend I know that I've ever had that has managed to keep it apart by himself, living by himself for like what, a few months now. Cheers, mate. Fucking congrats. Like what the fuck, you know?
hey man, how I see it is that the one thing, like, that's the thing is that Wyatt's admitted to me is just like, I wish I could be like you. And I'm like, don't fucking say that. Don't wish to be me. Just, you know,
To be
like,
fair, dude, you
we,
always seem like you have like everything covered half the time.
well, dude, I gotta be adaptable. I can't prepare for every situation. But I gotta understand that there are gonna be situations where I don't know what the fuck to do. But I
Dude,
gotta
if like
be able,
one or
but I
two
gotta be
bills are
able to. Well, still, it's
like
just like, you know, I made myself to be the kind of person who can adapt to situations. You know,
meanwhile me, like one or two bills go behind, I fucking just I mentally just fucking lose it. I'm just like in a pit of depression, or I just like fuck. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I'm just like, I'm living with my mom, and I fucking worried about this shit, dude. Like,
well, that's the thing is that when I was growing up, I was put in situations that no child should have been in. And there are a lot of things in my life that I did not handle properly. And it's just the fact of life. You know, there were things that were going on in my life that no 10, 11, no child could go through easy. And I made mistakes. And, it happens. We all fuck up. And that's the one thing that Wyatt can't comprehend is that we all fuck up. We all make mistakes. Just because things happen that don't go our way doesn't mean that it's the end of the fucking world.
I mean, yeah, there's. You're
Yeah,
right. I mean,
you know,
but there has been times where like where I fell down and just like I'll admit, dude, there's actually been a time where I was like a full blown fucking alcoholic with my depression. That's not a fucking lie.
yeah, that's the thing is that everybody goes through shit. Everybody's got hard times. It happens. Is it fun? No. But, things happen, you know, things happen that we can't always control. And, we just got to learn that life's going to throw curveballs. Shit's going to happen. It ain't always going to be easy. But, you know, that's just fact of life.
Right.
We can't be prepared for everything. Not everything's going to go our way. And that's the one thing that Wyatt cannot comprehend, and it bothers me. It's like, dude, quit sitting here sulking, being a bitch, because that's what you're doing.
You know what actually had me stop becoming an alcoholic? Well,
Hmm.
one, yeah, I had people convince me to do it, and two, they threatened me if I ever touched a fucking drip of alcohol, they're gonna smack the shit out of me. I didn't
Hey,
like being
man,
threatened like that. Three,
you're
I
home.
actually
Yeah.
I saw that I was basically becoming my fucking father, and I felt sick in my stomach when I also noticed that too. Like, oh fuck, I'm drinking like continuously, and I'm gonna end up losing a bunch of brain cells like he did, and I'm basically like a fucking. He basically is a fucking vegetable. I'm surprised he didn't like.
Oh, yeah, and that's the
He'll
thing is
keep a
that,
fucking job. Like, Jesus.
yeah, and fucking, like, I don't know. I use Wyatt as an example because he's the perfect mess, and it's embarrassing to look at him. Because, like, there are things that he complains about that just annoy the fuck out of me, because it's like, dude, how about you just get your shit together? It's not that fucking hard.
Maybe that's why I always.
Like,
Sometimes I
seriously.
feel like. Is it bad? Sometimes I feel like shit. Sometimes when I actually pick fun at him a little. Even
Hmm?
like sometimes like you know how I pick fun at him either when he's around or not. I'm just like fuck. I feel like a dick.
Well,
Oh
yeah,
wait.
no. It's one of those things where, you kind of sit down and it's just like, man, that's fucked up for me to say. But in a sense, it's true.
Mom, you look pale as a fucking sheet. Jesus. What are you gonna tell me the election? Oh, I see a little grin. Does that mean, oh, fuck, you want pizza?
Pizza party because of the election. No. That's why Sam's pissed off. Yeah, that's why Sam pities him. It's because Wyatt's a fucking embarrassment.
Yeah.
He is a child, by all means.
Isn't he like the same age as you and he still doesn't have shit figured out?
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm slightly older than him, and I have shit figured out.
Well, aren't you 19?
Yeah.
He's 19?
Well, yeah, I think he's almost 20 now. I could be wrong.
Is it weird that at one point, actually, like, before you guys told me how old he was, I actually thought he was, like, older because the way how he fucking acted, like
Yeah.
a drug addict fucking, well,
There's-
depressed.
I think your mom's calling for you, buddy.
Bad. What? Oh, now you're walking away, okay.
That was the thing, is that Wyatt is just, he doesn't know what he's doing, and it's kind of just like, dude, you need to figure your shit out. There are several things you need to do.
A fucking attention. It's like, sorry, you trying to be a fucking attention whore? Like, at one point, I swear I wanted to call him an attention. I really fucking did.
Well, that's the thing, is that he says that he's autistic. I don't call bullshit on that. I can't, And it's just like, dude, if you know these things, why aren't you trying to do something about them? Like, I know autistic people. One of my good buddies is autistic.
Right.
Like, that's not an excuse that you don't know what's going on. Ask.
Hey, you know me. I'm not fucking autistic. I'm just fucking insane.
I'm just fucking batshit crazy, dude. No, but with him, it's just like there are things that he doesn't understand, and it's fucking irritating to people. With one thing, he's just like, I got a small dick, and I'm like, hey, how about you shut the fuck up? He's like, why? Did I do something wrong? I'm like, no, that's your issue. Shut up.
Yourself down.
Yeah, dude, like, quit bitching about it. Quit fucking being the pussy.
Oh, just
Stand up. Yeah, that's the thing, is that...
Click on one of those ads on Pornhub and just get those fucking pills.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, is that, dude, one of the things that Sam gets on him about that makes him not want to hang out with him is all the fucking dumbasses that he hangs out with. Which is fair, dude. He hangs out with stupid fucking people.
Dude, it sounds like they're fucking meth heads, too.
And they probably are. And it's like, dude, how about you fucking do something about that? Don't hang out with them. Find better friends. Like, why are you trying to hang out with junkies when you have people like me and Sam who aren't fucking on meth, aren't bailing on you? Yeah, we poke fun at you, but you know that you can poke fun at us back and we're not gonna fucking hate you for it. Like, we encourage it. Get out of your shell.
I try to get around with was like the people that actually mattered like the most to me. Then I lost like all those people for a while, and then that's when you and Sam came along. It's like, shit, I actually have fucking friends that actually mean like family to me again. Fucking
Well, yeah.
In the past, you know how many times I got fucked over and lost basically friends that were like family? Dude, that's what actually got me so damn depressed, bro. Yeah.
Well, yeah, like shit hit the fan, and you come to grips with things, and that's one thing that Wyatt can't do, is that he can't take himself out of a bad situation. It's like, people can tell him every fucking thing under the sun. We can tell him, dude, your friends are this. You're hanging out with stupid people. Like, we tell him that, and it's what doesn't comprehend is that we're not telling him that to be the asshole. We're telling him that because, dude, you need to understand. Like, this is not normal. You're hanging out with fucking idiots who are just going to screw you over. They're just going to cause problems. Like with one of his fucking buddies, or like with the Mark incident. I think I told you about that. It's like, dude, you're hanging out with some dude who's acting like the biggest fucking wannabe gangster in the city.
Oh
Like,
God.
this does not paint a good picture. Because look at the situation that me and Sam almost got involved in because of this fucking retard. Do you want to get involved in that? No, the fuck you don't. You don't want to be anywhere near that. Me and Sam didn't want to be anywhere fucking near that. Like we go to get you smokes. We're risking our necks for your ass. And then here some dude tries to pick a fight with Sam. I'm sitting in the car. I have to consider the possibilities. I don't know if this motherfucker's got a weapon on him. You're a pussy bitch, so I know you're gonna fucking run. And this dude was sitting in a car with his buddy. I don't know him. I don't know what he's got.
I've never seen Sam fight, but I'm pretty sure if anyone tried to pick a fight, they'd be
Oh,
fucking
dude,
dead.
Sam would have won that fight. The issue is that I didn't. It's like, dude, in this situation, I'm sitting in the car. Sam, Wyatt, and this dude named Mark, they're having a conversation about some drama that they were in or involved or some beef that they knew that was going on. I don't know. I wasn't fucking. It wasn't something that I was involved in.
Right, you're just kind of just spacing out, like, kind of minding your own
Well,
business
like,
about
I
it.
knew about it, but I didn't know the people involved. I didn't know. It wasn't my drama. It wasn't my business. So I'm just sitting here in the car vaping, listening to them talk. It escalates, and I'm like, okay, this dude is a fucking. This dude's not a hustler, but this dude's a fucking straight rat. I don't like him. And that's where I'm thinking is that if this dude's a street rat and he tries to pick a fight, I gotta help Sam out. Cause this dude looks like a bitch to me. He looks like the kind of dude who thinks, "Oh, I'm in a dangerous situation. I'm gonna pull a gun or a knife out and fucking bullshit like that."
Fucking pussy ass way of doing things.
Well,
That's
yeah,
what I
pretty
think.
much. It's like, dude, and me being me, I'm the quiet dude. I'm sitting in the back. I'm chilling.
You know
That's
how my
just the per.
situation, that kind of shit never happens? Because when I was in fucking between middle school and high school, and then a little bit like afterward, out of that, it wasn't handle with fucking knives or fucking guns. We fucking square up and like, all right, bitch.
Well, yeah, that's the thing is that I'm the quiet guy. I'm the dude that sits in the back. I sit in the back. I scan out. I keep an eye on everything. That's the person I'm at. You know, shit pop. People don't fuck with me for that sole reason. They don't know me. I'm not boasting. I'm not speaking. They look at me. That's all they know is by my look, and they make assumptions from that. And that's how me and Sam are. We're the quiet people. We don't go around boasting. We don't go around, this and the blah, blah, blah. It's like, no. Hi,
Dude, the way I
how are
look
you?
at it, like most of the times, like I don't even want to like pick a fucking physical fight.
Well,
You
yeah, like,
know,
me and Sam don't want to fucking fight people. Okay,
most
Sam
of the
might,
time,
but
and like.
depending. Yeah, Sam might, but that's depending on the day and the situation. And to be honest, I can't
Jesus.
blame him. Dude, sometimes some of the shit that happens, like, dude, fuck, even now I want to square up and kick the shit out of a bitch. It's like, now you got me hyped, bro. What the fuck?
I'm pretty sure it was more like which okay was it the Dark Souls, the Borderlands, or both?
Well, yeah, like, that's the thing is that, do I seem like an aggressive person? Not
No.
really, no. Have people's, like, that's the thing is that back in high school, everyone thought I was this super mysterious, quiet, fucking scary looking dude. Then people come to talk to me and they're like, "You're actually really cool." And I'm like, "Yeah, I fucking know this." Had I present myself in a way.
Meanwhile, I was always that fucking kid in high school, always just chilling with the fucking stoners and like, hey man, what's up? Hey, I'm
Mm,
gonna go smoke this little doobie in the fucking behind
in
the
this,
Casey store. And I'm like, oh yeah, fuck let's do.
well, yeah, no, it's like that's the one thing that people's preconception was that I was dangerous. And then people are like, "Actually, dude, you're really fucking cool. We like you." And I'm like, "Yeah, see." And
Yeah.
that's how me and Sam want to be portrayed. We want you guessing. We want you being like, I don't know. I don't know this dude. He doesn't sound cocky. He doesn't sound confident. He doesn't sound scared. I don't fucking know. And that's what makes people not want to fuck with
Oh,
us.
dude. Perspective of you, I was like, oh, this guy seems chill. I want to get to know him more.
Well, yeah.
Sam, I was like, alright, cool, he's fucking goth and he listens to metal. And he's a fucking gamer? Shit, I want to get to know this motherfucker.
Well, yeah. And that's the one thing that I explained to Wyatt. I'm like, put us in a situation like this. Like, step back and look at somebody. Look at Sam, look at me, look at you. Who do you think is the pussy in the group? Me? Exactly. Because you are. You're shaking. You're sweating. You're the short tubby dude. You look like you're scared. You are the bitch. Sam, he's confident. He's quiet. He's calculating. He's observing everything around. You know?
Well,
That's
me,
the
like,
yeah,
I can
nobody
sometimes
knows,
be a
everyone's just like, okay, I don't want to fuck with him, obviously, because of first impressions. Sam's a scary looking motherfucker. Nobody's gonna lie about that.
Oh yeah, at first I was like, shit, fuck, Sam is a fucking tall motherfucker. That's all I thought. I was like, oh well. I mean, I've
Yeah,
had
no, but
fucking
still.
tall friends before. It doesn't scare me. Shit, I've actually been in fights with fucking tall people before.
No, but certain people, that's how we want ourselves presented.
Just don't fight a tall redneck.
Well,
They'll rattle your fucking skull, dude.
yeah, dude, you don't need to fucking explain that one to me.
Let's just say it went down.
It went down south. No. But no, just Booty Old Man doesn't know what he's doing with this life, and it's embarrassing.
I still love the fucking ending part of that shit, though. Beats my ass afterwards, like, hey man, you're right. I'm like, ugh, it's just a little dizzy, man, but yeah. Fucking all chill about it afterwards, like, fuck. You just beat the fuck out of me, and you're like, ooh,
Now he's not even. Now he's chilling with me. What the fuck? This is a strange situation, partner.
like, yeah, you fucking rattled me
Yeah,
up,
no, but
bitch.
why? Yeah, just why doesn't know how to deal with things, and it's fucking irritating to everybody involved.
And I still remember that video. It was either Sam or yours video. I don't remember which. One of you two showed me it. It was like fucking Wyatt was trying to fight you or something. And
Oh
he was
yeah,
trying to do
me
all
and
he was
Wyatt
trying
were
to do was
wrestling.
just grab you. It's like, what the
Oh yeah,
fuck?
me
You
and
just
Wyatt were wrestling, and he was fucking stuck in a headlock. He couldn't do anything. He's like,
Oh, I thought he was actually trying to fight you. I was like, is this
no, dude.
motherfucker?
That's the one thing is that Wyatt is scared to fight me because he knows that I'll kick the shit out of him. Because I don't take this shit lightly. It's like, why? You want to fight me genuinely? I will beat the fuck out of you. I will drop kick the shit out of you.
Oh, yeah,
I
I'm
will
pretty sure
fuck up
all of
every
us-
bone in your body.
I'm pretty sure me, you, and Sam, probably all three of us fight fucking dirty.
Well, yeah, no, and that's the thing is that Wyatt can never hold himself in a fight.
Yeah. And you know, there's one thing I actually learned first lesson. Actually, there's actually one valuable thing my dad taught me. That wasn't so stupid. There's never such thing as a fair fight.
Oh yeah.
People are always gonna fucking fight dirty, and I'm like, I believe that shit.
And that's the thing is that that's the one thing that Wyatt did smart in a way. I'll give him credit for this because there's the one time when me and him were at odd. Me and him were kind of beefing because of the dumb shit that he was doing. But even so, he didn't want to fight me. He knew. And he's just like, Nick, I don't want to fight you. And I'm like, why not? Why don't you want to fight me? Because I know how to push your buttons. Why the fuck don't you want to fight me? He's like, well, because I know I won't win. Yeah, but why won't you win?
Well, first of all, you're lacking. Like that's the thing. You don't focus on like just winning. When it comes to like a fight, you fucking focus on fighting. Like you don't
Well,
think like,
yeah,
oh, am I
why?
gonna win or lose? You fucking focus on being the fucker down until he gives up, or you knock his ass out.
That's the thing, is that why it's stupid. It's
He
like,
doesn't think like that. He doesn't think like a fucking animal and just be like, oh, no, he's more like, we're gonna win, we're gonna lose.
well, yeah, no, you don't have
Guess
confidence, or you don't believe. Like, you assume. And that's the one thing that he hates that I told him. And I'm like, how about you quit assuming shit all the time?
I still feel
And
sorry
he's
for
like,
that poor son of a bitch I fucking throw punched at one time.
yeah, no, that's the one thing, is that Wyatt hates that I told him that. You want to know why he hates it? Because he knows it's true.
Yeah, that's the general thing about people. Some people might just get offended about when you say things about them because it's fucking true and they don't want to fucking admit it.
Well, yeah,
You know
that's the
what
one
that
thing.
is?
That's the one
It's
thing he
the
can't live with, or that's the one thing that
no,
he can't
that's the
stand.
thing. You know what it actually is? Is that you're assaulting his fucking ego and he fucking hates it.
Well, no,
And he
it's
can't-
that. The fuck? Oh, I thought somebody was knocking on my door. No, but that's the one thing that Wyatt can't stand, is that he knows I'm right. And he's not pissed off that I'm right. He's pissed off that he can't argue. He's like, he knows I'm right. And he knows that I will always be right. Because, he's assuming all the time. And that's where his big fucking issue is. Is that he assumes things. And that's what's going to get him into trouble.
And here's another thing. Has Wyatt ever been in a fight?
Fuck no. And that's the one thing, is that he pussies out. Because he knows that if he fought me, not Sam. Because Sam will just beat the fuck out of him. There's no way he could win a fight with Sam. There is no way that I could really win in a fight with Sam. Because I've been in that situation where me and Sam almost fought. And did I know that I was going to win? Fuck no. I knew the position. Yeah.
Hold up. What did you do?
It wasn't anything that I did. It was just, it was a bad situation for the both of us with some background shit going on. But still, it's just like, I know that I can't win in a fight against Sam. But that doesn't fucking matter right now. Because if I gotta square up, I gotta square up. I'm not assuming shit. Reality's hitting. Things, I know what's about to happen, and I gotta take care of that.
And you know that expression when you guys are like fucking with me, you're like, dude, what the fuck are you smoking in the car? I just get that like that kind of not really sarcastic look, but kind of like, really? I get that kind of like really look. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh yeah.
And then eventually, like, dude, I'm fucking with you. I'm like, I just lose my shit.
Well,
I'm pretty sure why. He's like, oh, are you gonna fucking hit me or?
well, yeah, no, like, cause he's assuming. That's the one thing that.
Me, I'm just waiting. I'm just like, are you fucking with me?
Well, yeah, it's like, are you fucking with me? You being serious? And they're like, fuck, we're fucking with you. But no.
And I just fucking laugh about it. How many times? Okay, I want to ask you, how many times do I laugh every time you guys fuck with me, and then you finally admit to it? And how many times do I fucking laugh my ass off?
Well, yeah, because you're able to. That's the one thing. You're able to take a joke. And Wyatt can't. He never wants to admit that he can't. Because he's scared. Because he's fucking stupid and doesn't know how to deal with life. And that's the fact of life. Wyatt cannot deal with his life. And it's embarrassing. Because it's like, dude. Yeah, you've gone through shit. Grow up. We all have. He's like, it's not that fucking easy, Nick. It's not easy. And I'm like, yeah, it is. Accept it. Deal with it. Quit being a bitch. He's like,
you know those moments when he's like saying like, "Oh, I'm just kidding," and he's like saying he wants to like trying to beat someone up or like one of us. Like he's like, "Oh, I'm kidding. I sometimes really think like the expression, I think the tone he just gives me too. He doesn't have any sense of fucking joke. Like how me and Sam do it.
Yeah. Well, with him, it might just be like how he presents himself. He presents himself as the fucking And that's one thing that Sam cannot stand. It just, I don't know why, but it pisses Sam off. Is that Booty Hole Man is always presenting himself as this just weak bitch, as the punchline is like, dude, quit. Because, you know, Sam's thinking about, dude, I'm not gonna be around you if this is how you're gonna act. How am I acting? You're being the pussy. You're being the bitch. You're being the punching bag.
Like,
You're
do you
being.
not know how to be like fucking chill, dude? Like,
Yeah,
relax.
no, like, dude, stand up for yourself. Well, maybe I don't want, duh, 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 duh. And it's like, dude, grow up.
I mean,
You don't see Nick
I
using
mean,
excuses. And that's that's the one thing that I was worried about that was going to start a fight between those two, Sam and Wyatt, is that Sam is honest. He's brutally honest. And he's not afraid to say what needs to be said.
see, you know the reason why I'm like used to that kind of shit from like Sam, because there has been times where he's been brutally honest with me, and I'm like, whatever. Yeah, that's fucking true. Yeah, okay. What about it? You know why I'm used to that? It's because I used to have fucking other friends who were like family who fucking were like that to me too, brutally fucking honest. I'm like, I mean, I'll be honest. At first, those other friends before I like met Sam, I was like, dude, fuck you. But then after a while, I was like, yeah, what about it? Because I just, well, like you put it, I adapted to it, and I'm just like, fuck you then.
Well, yeah, and there just got to be some situations where you just got to, That's the one thing with Wyatt. I tell him this multiple times, and I know he's not going to listen. And, the one time he tried to flip it back on me, and I'm like, I did. I just know that you won't. Because I tell people, take it on the chin. And the reason why I say that is because if you take it on the chin, once you start to get used to that, you'll realize, you're not being the punching bag, you're not being the bitch, you're just being the better man. Because you're not.
Chill.
Well, yeah, no, because that's the one thing that Wyatt can't stand is that I can take it on the chin. You want to know why? Because I'm an adult. And because, guess what? Now I know where you stand. I'm not flustered. I'm not getting my emotions involved.
And
Because now
every time, like, when Wyatt's like, oh, you want to fucking fight? And, like, you know how, like, it doesn't really trigger me, but I just kind of give him a look, and, like, you can tell by my tone of voice, and, like, are you, like, want to fucking go down right now?
Like, dude, are you being serious? Because
And then
I'm about to.
all, you or Sam be like, guys, fucking cut it out. Like, I'm not the one escalating it. I'm just making sure, like, are you gonna be a fucking bitch, or are you actually gonna try and fucking punch me?
Well, yeah, it's just like.
The moment you punch me, that's the moment I'm just gonna fucking snap and go off on you.
Because with me and Sam, we have a very low tolerance for that shit. Because then we got to be mad at both of you. And with Sam, it's a lot easier. With me, I just don't like. I don't like being
That's
mad.
the thing. I will never throw the first punch.
And that's one thing that Wyatt is like. Sam's gotten on Wyatt about hard. Is like, yeah, no, quit trying to start fucking fights. Quit being such a little bitch. And he's like, how am I being a little bitch? How am I being a little bitch? And he's like, that right there. Quit getting so pissed about everything.
Complaining. That's how you're being a bitch right there. You're complaining. It's like, dude.
Well, dude, like, yeah, no, it's like you gotta understand. Not everybody's gonna take what you say as a joke. Because there was one time
when someone threatens me, and every time Wyatt does it, he's using that fucking tone like he's being serious. You notice that too, right?
Well, yeah, and for him,
and that's why at that point I'm just sitting there like I'm sizing him down and be like, are you fucking for real?
Well, yeah, and with Wyatt, I don't give him credit, but I give him a pass because it's his tone. He doesn't know what to do with his tone, and I think that's just from how he's been raised. Because I'll tell you right now, Wyatt fucked up one time. He got pissed at me and then tried to square up. Because he was just like, all right, let's fucking fight. And then once I went from my cool, calm demeanor to like, all right, let's fucking do this. And I grab him by his shirt collar. And then he knows this dude's gonna kick the shit out of me. Like, angry emotions beside, reality kicked in. He sat down and he's like, oh, fuck.
No,
Nick's
for me,
Nick's
I'll
being
literally
serious.
just wait. I'll literally just sit there and wait. I'm like, come on, punch me. Come on, I'm waiting for you to fucking punch me.
Well,
I'm
with
kinda
Sam, yeah,
I'm
with
kinda
Sam,
like Sam, and in some sense, for him, you have to smack him. Oh, I'm gonna fight you. For me, punch me. Then you're gonna get me fucking riled up.
well, yeah, and with Wyatt, the one thing that, because in this situation, Wyatt was just being a fucking asshole, just straight up being a fucking dick, and I was getting a little annoyed. I was getting fucking irritated, and I told Sam, and I'm like, hey, if this escalates a little bit, just step back and let me handle it, all right? And he's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, I'm not gonna fight him. I'm not gonna beat the shit out of him or anything. I'm gonna make it look like that, and if it turns into a fight, it turns into a fight. You know, step back. Who wins, who wins, who loses, who loses. Straight up as that. And he's like, well, if it turns into a fight, I'm gonna get involved. And I'm like, well, that's the thing, is that he needs to learn. He needs to get his ass kicked by most likely me, because if it was Sam, then it would turn into something worse.
So bad. I'm just waiting for the day when Wyatt does try and punch me.
He won't. But that's the thing, is that, you know, Wyatt learned something that day because he stepped over a boundary, you know. And I was sitting here. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna test that because I don't exactly remember. I was tired, so I was a little cranky, as I get. You know, I get tired. Certain situations just make me cranky. You know, I'm an honest guy. I get cranky, but like, you know, he stepped over, and I told Sam, I'm like, you know, if you think a fight's gonna break out, just step back, let it happen. And he's like, I don't want to do. He's like, I'm not gonna do that. And I'm like, dude, it's me. I'm not gonna hurt him. You know, he tries throwing a punch at me, I'll just, you know, either step back, defend, you know, keep my guard up, or I'll just restrain his fucking ass. I'm not gonna beat his ass up because he won't learn. Even though I
Damn.
was full ready to beat the fucking shit out of him, but that was just because I was in a bad mood. I was
Damn.
like, now you on your bullshit, and I have to fucking teach you. But with Wyatt, he was ready to fight. He was in that situation where he's like, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you, and I grab him by his shirt collar, and I put him in that, you know, I put him in that position to where now, you know, he thinks, oh, Nick's not gonna want to fight.
Like, you want to throw it down, bitch? Come on.
Well, you know, Nick, you know, he's like, oh, Nick wouldn't fight. Nick's not the kind of guy who'll fight. And now I'm right in his face, and I'm like, I will break every fucking bone
Dude,
in your body. I will
know what the
beat
funny
the
thing
shit
is?
out of you and make Sam leave you on the fucking concrete. I'm not taking your shit. I'm not taking any of it. Shut your fucking mouth. Act straight, or I'm gonna fucking make you. And he backed down.
That's the funny thing, though. I feel like that's the way how he views me, and that's why he fucking picks on me and sometimes tries to aggravate me and tries to say, you want to fight? It's kind of funny how he thinks that
Well, that because he doesn't know how to act around.
he doesn't know me.
Well, that and he doesn't know how to act is the thing. Is that because when he says that, he's doing the you won't fucking fight. He's joking around, but what he doesn't realize is that he's not presenting himself
It's
as
just a
he's
trigger
joking.
in my head. It's just like every time when someone's like, want to fucking fight?
Well, yeah, because like for him, he's like, oh,
At
you
that
want to
point,
fucking
I'm just
fight?
like, this brings old fucking, what's the word I'm looking for?
Old memories,
instincts or old memories,
Yes.
whatever.
Well, yeah,
And I'm just
because
like,
with him, he's joking around. You know, he's trying to be
I just
like.
lose my peaceful meter at that point. I'm just like, fuck it.
Well, yeah, because it's different for everybody. Because like, For me, I'll be like, oh, dude, you want to fight or something? Because when I
You
put
would
it in,
actually grab people. Me, I'll be like, fucking punch me then if you're serious. Like, come on.
well, yeah, because that's the thing that Y doesn't understand, and that's what just irritates everybody. Is like, dude, you need to realize that you need to quit that shit, or you need to remember that not everybody's gonna understand it. Because when I say it's like, oh, dude, you want to fight or something?
And
You know what I
here's a
mean.
fucking, here's a prime example, but I fucking lost the fight as well. I wasn't expecting this. I don't know if I remember telling you this or not, but me and my dad got in a fucking drunken brawl once. I don't remember how the fight started because I believe he gave me a fucking concussion that night and kind of fucked me up mentally, like brain damage wise. Not sure. Who knows? Maybe it's just because I just passed the fuck out. I don't
Yeah.
remember, but all I remember, my dad fucking looked at me. He's like, "I'm gonna beat the shit out of you." I'm like, I basically held that posture. I'm like, "All right, come on, hit me." Instead of hitting me, he fucking football tackles me to the fucking ground. I'm like, "Whoa, okay." So I tried punching his fucking face in, going for his fucking glasses. That flew off of my fucking first punch. His glasses did. And then he just started fucking choking me like, oh shit, he's trying to kill me.
This shit went south. Well, that's the one thing is that in a
But I'm
fight
just
with,
like, I'm still trying to punch his fucking face in. I feel like I'm punching, like, I feel like I'm losing my strength at this point. I still remember this. I'm still punching, but I feel like eventually I'm punching, like, a little bit less harder because I'm, like, losing conscious. I can't fucking focus. And I was like, what the fuck?
fuck on. Because that's the thing is that I'll admit I'm not a fighter, dude. I'm not the kind of person who likes to fight. You know, I've fought before.
I
It
should
doesn't
have
always.
fucking throat punched him instead. Jesus. I look back at that. Well, I was drunk, but if I wasn't drunk, I should have throat punched him.
Oh, yeah. That and I'm the kind of person who's very self-aware of situations. What's up?
Yo. Wait, has he been watching his live stream for a while now?
No. I was about to say, Xavier, is your fucking mic muted? Why are you dying, bro?
Jesus.
Bro,
Dude,
Appy
that's that,
Juice nearly
dude.
fucked your day up.
Dude, just...
Bro, dude, that Appy Juice
That
tried
just
to
brings
fuck your
back the...
day up.
That just brings back the fucking time where I almost fucking choked to death on fucking lasagna because my dad put too much cheese on it. I took one nice... Bro, there was!
Shit.
Because I took one fucking bite of my dad's lasagna. Next thing you know, I'm like choking. I'm choking. And I'm just like... I can literally feel cheese stuck in my fucking throat. Because there was like a big chunk of fucking cheese. I did shoot it. That's the thing. I chewed the fuck out of it. And I swallowed it. That's when I started choking. I'm like, oh, fuck. I can't get it out. I try to like cough it out. Next thing you know, I'm like, fuck it. If I puke, I'm just gonna reach down my fucking throat and just start just grabbing the cheese out. That's what I fucking did. I just started grabbing the fucking cheese out. And I finally just felt like I was breathing again. I was like,
Sean, you said shoot it when you meant to say chew. So just yeah, dude, the mental image of you just pulling out a gat and shooting lasagna.
that's not what I meant. Wow.
I, yeah, we know what you meant, but it was just a funny mental image. Just, oh, this is lasagna trying to kill me. Bam!
No, what I meant was like, I basically
Yeah,
shoved my fucking throat down my throat and really
Yeah.
started grabbing fucking globs of cheese out. Oh yeah, my mom was fucking witness to that shit too, of me almost dying from my dad's lasagna.
what the fuck?
Hey mom, I forgot, was my face turning colors that day?
I don't know.
I want to know how close I was from dying.
It's like the one time I was out and about with Sam and shit, and yeah, it was me, Sam, Elsa, and Amber